Welcome to Due South Insiders, where your host gives you up-to-date information using the latest cutting-edge technologies. From beginner tips, pro tricks, and the hottest techniques, the DSO Pro staff is ready to help you become more effective on the ice, open water, field, or wherever it may be. This is Due South Insiders.
Alright folks, welcome to an episode of Due South Insiders. I'm your host John Dance here, and this week I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to fish ice fishing cheap but yet effective. I'm going to be going over some of the things I have, as well as maybe a couple tips on ways that you guys can save money out there. First, I would like to start off by the basics. How you catch these fish. I put my rods in this Glacier Bay rod storage system. It's got a PVC pipe up here and then a canvas. This is all attached to the PVC pipe, and then it's got a zipper. And I think they're initially meant for one single rod, but as of right now I do have two rods. In my first two episodes when I was out there, I only did have this rod. This is a Field & Stream rod and reel combo. Together they were only $20, and I think it's very effective. It works really good out there. The line I have on here is 6-pound ice line up to a barrel swivel, and then I have 14-pound mono to a little snap, so I can change out my baits. And then this swivel helps reduce line tension or twist. And then the new rod I got is this Abu Garcia rod and reel combo. This was $25. I have the same line on it, 6-pound. No barrel swivel on this one, but still do have the snap swivel on it. Both rods, very cheap and easy way to save money. This all together, just the rods in this case, was only around $35, so it's a really easy way to save money. And I found it easier if you collapsed the handles on all the reels. All rods do this if they're open face, and then you just slide them up there so the eyelets don't get broken up in this PVC pipe, and you just keep them spread out, and then offset the reels, and it'll fold up real nice, and you can zip it up. And it has these nice side pockets. In this one I don't have anything yet, but on this side I have my baits. It's just a little plain old box right here. This is a 3500 series, and it's got this rubber seal so that no water, moisture, and anything can get in. And inside I just have jigging wraps. You can see hair jigs, Swedish pimples, Castmasters, buckshots, fake wax worms, and then an assortment of small jigs that are meant for ice fishing. These are just some of the basic things I have. I don't have anything too extravagant or expensive. I mean, you could pick each of these things up for just a couple dollars, and I'm going to probably build up my supply as I go and figure out what the fish like. But it doesn't cost that much just to get started. You don't need all the hottest and newest lures. You can just try different little things out, which I found out, and works just as effective. So this case works out really good. It's got a little shoulder strap, so I can just sling this over my shoulder and walk out wherever I need to it. It's lightweight with all the stuff in it, and so I figured that nice and easy. Next, one of the more important things when you're out there, an ice auger. Our first two episodes when we were out there, we ended up using a hand auger, and it was still effective, but it took a lot of time and a lot of hard work to get through, 20-some inches of ice that we had out there. And the hole was very small, so it was hard to fish out of it, fitting the graph and the line down it. And so we upgraded and got this electric Strike Master. I like because it's electric, because if it was propane it would freeze, and if it was gas it's a lot of maintenance to keep up, and sometimes it won't start. Whereas this one, you just push the button, you flip the switch and push the button, and it just turns, gets going right away. This auger was on sale, and we got it for under $300, so it was very relatively inexpensive compared to all the other augers out there. And I haven't seen a single problem with it yet. It punches through the holes quick, and the battery life seems to be pretty good on it. The next thing I do is I bring a backpack wherever I go, and I keep my camera gear, my electronics in it. I'll put it in this plain old 3700 series case. I also keep keep this out on me when it's in the summer too, and keep my camera. I'll put a camera, a GPS, a speaker, and then this is really the only thing that relates to the ice fishing portion, but this Hawkeye electronic is very effective. You'll see I put it up on my tripod with the transducer, and I can see where my lure is marking, and then if a fish comes up under it or below it, and then when they meet, you know that you're going to be getting a bite soon. most ice fishermen have Vexilars, flashers, and stuff like that, or even fish cameras, and those cost up towards $400, whereas this is super inexpensive and only about $100. And I feel that it sometimes even does what you want it to do better and is more reliable. You just put 3 AA batteries in it, and it's powered up and ready to go, and the battery life is really good. I changed them the first day, and I still haven't changed them yet, and it's still on full charge, so it's been doing really good. So I'll even put my phone and wallet in here with this, also a waterproof seal on this Plano case, and lock it up and keep it in the backpack, and then also keep gloves and hats in here, just extra stuff that you never know when you're going to need. So just your basic stuff, nothing expensive. It's just a cheap hunting backpack that you can get at any store, specifically Mills Fleet Farm, because they're the greatest. Last but not least, most ice fishermen want to stay out of the elements, and they buy these big old extravagant ice shacks, or even the smaller ones are super expensive. So what I found very easy is, instead of buying those, buying one of these. This is the Ameristep Caretaker blind. This is the hunting blind, but it is also fairly large, and it has the hub pop out sides where you can tie down to snow, ice, and then if you're using it for hunting, just to the ground normal. And it keeps the wind going around it instead of pushing your sides in, and it actually keeps you fairly warm. It's not insulated like your regular ice shack shelter things are, but it still does an effective job with the Mr. Buddy in there. It's definitely big enough for 2 people to fish in it. Never tried 3, but we do have 2. Me and Bill Smith, we have 2, and have Mr. Buddies in there, and hopefully have a great time on the ice without getting too cold. We want to mention that these are only $100, whereas your other ice things are like $400, and I've seen some up to towards $1,000 with the sled on the bottom. And sleds are really expensive. I don't have my sled down here to show you guys. It's outside, but it is a fairly large sled, and when we got it, it was really cheap, whereas now sleds are starting to get more expensive. So I would suggest packing light like I have right here, and you can carry everything on your shoulders and stuff. And we walk out, we don't drive out or anything, and it does just as good, and we make it out there with plenty of time to fish and make it back in when we need to. I hope that this first episode of Due South Insiders was very helpful for all you folks out there. Our tips, tricks, and techniques we hope to keep doing. We're going to start doing product reviews. We're going to do product comparisons. Maybe do it between some of our game cameras, which is better and stuff, which we feel is a better deal. And we might also go in depth if you guys comment down below and ask on specific products, such as maybe the ice auger or different poles and stuff, on how they work and what we feel about them. Thank you guys so much for your support. Hope to get out on the ice fairly soon and get an episode out there. But stay tuned to Due South Outdoors, and that's John Dance checking out for our first Due South Insiders episode.